everybody, and welcome back to Poppin' the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today we are reviewing Twister from 1996. It has a great cast. I love this movie. I could talk on and on about this movie. This movie, when I was little, used to make me want to be a storm chaser and chase after like hurricanes and twisters and stuff like that. And this is a really good movie. Um, Rest in peace, Bill Paxton and Philip Seymour Hoffman. But it also stars Helen Hunt, Jamie Goodsett, uh, Craig, um, Craig Gleason, Todd Fields, Alan Roebuck, uh, Lois Smith, Jeremy Davis, and a whole bunch of other really famous actors and actresses. This movie was like way before its time. I really enjoy this movie. It is directed by Jan Bidet, and the music is by Mark Monaco or something like that. So here's the plot of the movie. On and On Oklahoma farm in 1969, young Jo and her parents and their dog Toby take shelter from an F5 tornado that ultimately destroys their family and kills Jo's father. 27 years later, Jo is tornado obsessed meteorologist who leads a rag team of storm chasers. Jo's estranged husband, Bill, and an ex storm chaser turned TV weatherman, travels to Oklahoma with his fiancee Melissa, a therapist, to ensure that Jo signs divorce papers. Jo had also used papers to lure Bill back and shown him and realized Dorothy, a capsule device containing hundreds of small weather sensors to look inside the tornadoes. And so basically they endure Jonah Miller, who is part of this other team of storm chasers, and they're just storm chasers that chase storms through Oklahoma their whole life because Oklahoma is part of her tornado alley, and along with Kansas and some other states. And so the story goes that Jo has not really gotten over Bill, and they still love each other and everything. And so they go chase storms, and he's still trying to get her to sign the divorce papers. What I really like about this movie is it shows how how emotional people are during storms and twisters, and how twisters and hurricanes and stuff like that can really devastate your homes and your houses and stuff. And I like how the director captured that. The also back in the early 90s and to 1996 and 2000s, you could go to Universal and go on the like you were like on the set of Twister, and that was really cool. And you get to see like this fire, and it's like actual fire and water and stuff, and it's really cool. um and I really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorite movies from my childhood. And here are some fun facts about Twister. The screenplay came from a Nobel writer, Steven Spielberg, and got accepted for Twister from a writer named Jeff Hamilton, who pitched it as Catch the Wind. Steven Spielberg then got a couple of writers to turn it into a screenplay. That's really interesting. I didn't know that. Steven Spielberg considered directing it. A lot of rewrites were done. Several actresses were considered for Jo, and it ended up being Helen Hunt. And who loves the famous Helen Hunt? Helen's schedule got quite complicated. The movie was supposed to finish shooting in time for Helen to return to her fourth season of her hit sitcom Mad About You for reasons we'll be getting into long production. A lot of people were up for Bill Paxton's role as well. Bill Paxton also, Tom Hanks was also originally for the role, and he didn't quite think the role was right, so Bill Paxton took it. Hair colored Hair color played a role in casting one of the parts. That's interesting. Um, Hugh Laurie could have played a different kind of doctor before House. I didn't know that he could have played Jonas. That's really interesting. Farm singer could have had a role. Interesting. It was a big movie for Oklahoma meteorologists. The film was shot on location. Those are the best kind of films. They were shooting when tragedy struck. While Twister was filming in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma City bombing occurred. At this point, they decided to suspend production. The movie was casted, and the crew could head to Oklahoma City to recover with the efforts. Oh, I didn't know that. The weather changed the shooting. Filming was brutal on the stars. A lot of people were unhappy with the director. All the hard work paid off, and it made one of technology's history, because this movie is very, very like there's no there's like a little bit of green screen, but not as much. And this movie is very gimmicky and very like well done. And this movie had practical effects as well as some, like back then they didn't really have CGI. I mean, like it was still coming out back then, but they didn't really have CGI back then. So I give this movie a 10 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think of Twister, or if you don't like it, let me know. All right, have a great week, everybody. Talk to you later. Love you all. Bye.